Well, hey everybody, it's your good buddy 650 Ebe here, and welcome to one of the last episodes of the new bike build series featuring our beautiful 2020 Hockenheim Silver S1000RR or our 2019 Aprilia RSV4 1100 factory. In this build series, one lucky person is going to have the opportunity to pick one of those bikes to keep for his or herself. Information on how that person could be you down below in the description. There's still time for you to join and possibly win one of those motorcycles. But guess what? In today's episode, Zack the Master Mechanic is going to install a full 6 carbon fiber subframe onto our S1000RR that was custom painted by our good buddy Dave. So if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you're already a subscriber, tap that bell and you'll get notified when new content is uploaded. As you can see, we've already gotten snow in the beautiful Cleveland area, and our riding season in these parts, oh gosh, as I slip and slide on some ice, has almost come to an end. But I'm going to take my motorcycles down south to put some more miles on them and test out the mods that Zack the Master Mechanic is going to do. Let's go inside and see what he's up to.
Hey, what's going on? So the time's finally come. We're done teasing this carbon fiber subframe. Yes. We're going to get this installed on the motorcycle. So far I've just removed our NRC tail tidy, which we already showed how to put that on. Yes. And it looks like we have provisions to reinstall that, so that's a good thing because we need a tail light and turn signals to keep this street legal. And it's also the brake light, so that's convenient. And then, so what we're going to get rid of is this metal piece right here, this bronze piece. Yes. So this is what's known as a subframe, because it bolts to the main frame. So this part is the main frame, this is a subframe. Anything that bolts to the main frame is known as a subframe. Okay. So this would be a rear subframe or the rider's subframe or something like that. And this is what supports you as the rider. It holds the battery box, also some other electrical connections. So we're gonna move, most importantly, this to under the seat so we can still use our diagnostic. It looks like we got room right in front of the battery here. We'll make a nice little spot for it, or maybe over to the side here somewhere. And then we have to reconnect our turn signal wires too, which will be just a little bit tricky. Hopefully they're long enough, because otherwise we'll be working in the tail section here because there is no access from the top. Okay. We'll figure it out. Shouldn't be too difficult. Yeah, all I've done is remove some plastic and that license plate mount. So let's carry on and see what else we have to take off. It looks like it does have an undertail section here too. So we got to get to this seam removed, and then we'll unbolt the subframe and slide this in.
Oh.
All right. So you can really see the subframe. Yeah. So this is usually what takes the brunt of the abuse if you're in an accident or if you're doing a wheelie and it comes back. This is what would wind up twisted, or if you ever see like, oh, your subframe's bent, like this is the piece that people are talking about. Okay. This one's made out of aluminum, so if you heated it, you probably could bend it back into shape if you needed to, and it would be all right. But usually they just get replaced. I don't know if it's 100% necessary, but I'm going to remove the gas tank. You can see it's resting on the mount right here on the battery box. So I think once I loosen those subframe bolts, it might get kind of heavy, and it's easy enough to just take it off. It's only 3 bolts. We're right there. All right, so the 4 bolts, we got it off.
Nice.
Not too heavy. We'll have to pop that on the scale. I bet you it's only a couple pounds.
This is light, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The biggest weight saving is going to come from all the part that was in the back, the seat latch and all these pieces that were back there. So now we just got a floating rear seat. So we got our plate mount here. I gotta leave these loose. Hopefully I'll be able to retighten them. That way we can get to both our fasteners here, and then we have to set all this up beforehand because we can't reach it from the top, or before we had access from the top, because that seat cowl does not come off.
Zack, that looks good, man.
Yeah, so we got our 4 mounting screws in, and it's lining up. Everything's nice and flush.
Yeah.
So that looks good. Hopefully it's straight.
Well, they'll tell us if it's not, right, Zack?
Yes, we will know right away. All right, so now we got to plug in our turn signal and license plate light connectors. So this will be a little bit of a challenge.
Because you're doing it in the dark?
Yeah, and I don't think the wires are quite long enough to make it all the way out. They're just going to make it to the edge here. So this one I marked was for the right, but I did not mark it on here. Well, that's a bummer.
Can I turn stuff on for you to see?
I'm trying to figure this out. I could probably tell just by where it was. I think that's the left. I think this is the right. 50-50 shot. Probably got it wrong. Okay. It's all right. Okay. Let's reach in here and see if we can find another wire. All right, we got one. There's another turn signal. We'll try this. And finally, our license plate light, which is really, really short, so that's going to be just a joy.
Wow.
That's going to go completely in here, and we're just going to have to do it blindly. All right, got it.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Let's see if we got our turn signals right. So this should slide in, and it'll stay for a second.
Okay.
Just so we can test our lighting here.
You got brakes. Oh, well, running lights.
Right?
Right.
All right. And left.
Left, yes, sir. How about
brake light?
Yes, you do.
And we got a plate light?
Yes, you do.
All right, cool.
And let me tell you, Zach, it looks great because it reflects off of that beautiful carbon now.
Oh, yeah.
And it looks like it got brighter. And then it looks like these guys light up because of the reflection.
Yeah, it does look like that's lighting up.
That's sweet.
Yeah, that looks cool. It looks like this is lit up right here.
Yeah.
I like it. That'll look really slick at night.
Yep.
Which isn't much darker than what we got going on here, but a little bit.
So now you're going to get it buttoned up?
Yeah, we got to move our diagnostic connector up into the battery area here at least. Hopefully it's long enough. So we got the 10 by 1.5 tap going through our new subframe, cleaning up the threads. Sometimes they get nicked in assembly or shipping, but this will make the bolt go in nice. Much better. Couldn't make it past half a turn before. It's nice they give us a spot to remount our rear brake reservoir. A lot of times if you were to get a piece like this, it would just be considered a race part and you'd be left fabricating your own mount. So it's kind of cool that they provided a mount.
I agree.
In about the stock location. A lot of race bikes don't even run a rear reservoir on the Master. They'll just have a little piece of hose because the rear brake doesn't get used as often.
Okay.
And the brake fluid would get changed after every race, so it's not as big a deal to have as much fluid. But that mounts up there, looks good.
It does.
Let's drop the bike back down and we'll try to just fit everything as best we can, and then we'll do the final tightening. And we can put the gas tank back on and seat and see what it looks like all together. It's looking really great right at the moment.
Yes.
And maybe even pop it back on the scales.
Okay. Zach, are we done with this thing?
All right, so while you were gone, we were busy. We had 90% of the subframe mounted up last time. You can see that's completely finished now. Wiring's all tucked away neatly. Got the battery back in. Reset the service light because it was on because we had the battery out. And then we had the carbon fiber frame covers and swing arm covers. And we were like, why do a whole nother video of that? We've done it a million times. Yes. We've done it with double-sided tape. We've done it with silicone. These ones are a little different because they're glossy and they're full 6. They fit pretty well. The cutouts are right on. All the cutouts were dead on. Mm-hmm. And the shape was right. Just some of it, there's such a complex shape to this frame, like this curve right here and stuff. Like there's just no way to get this tight here. I mean, it's not coming off. But it just has that little bit of bounce to it. And I had zip ties on it overnight and everything. The swing arm ones fit real nice. The back of the swing arm ones are trying to escape. So we might I might trim those, or I'm not sure what's going to happen.
Okay.
But again, I had zip ties on them overnight. So they're definitely not going anywhere. Just little tiny details. You can't even see that from an arm's length away.
No, it looks great.
It's just once you get up close. But yeah, the bike looks phenomenal. You can see how the paint tied everything together.
Yes.
And yeah. I can't believe how crispy clean it's looking. All right, so we got our double R up on the scale with its winglets added and the carbon fiber subframe. So we did add the frame protectors and the winglets since last time we weighed it.
Yes.
But we subtracted a subframe, and that it puts us down. It's hovering between 411 and 412, as you can see.
Wow.
So that's
I'm gonna
pretty
go 411.
good. Yeah, we'll go 411. We were supposed to save 4 to 5 pounds, so that's what we did. Yeah, pop that open so we can see that the tank is full.
Yep.
Give it a little shake just so you guys can see the gas right up to the top of that red thing there. It's actually even a little overfull.
Yes.
It could be flush with the bottom of the red part there, so.
Heck yeah.
Looks great. The weight's right on. That's even a pound lighter than I was guessing. I was shooting for 412.
Wow.
So I mean, and gasoline, it doesn't take a lot of gasoline to subtract weight. So once you burn off a gallon of gas, this is probably sub 400 pounds.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
That's just incredible.
But look how gorgeous it looks out here with the sun glistening on this thing. All the carbon fiber and all that. we all know that people are going to pick this bike over the Aprilia, don't you think, Zach?
I mean, at this point, you kind of have to, unless you really, really are an Italian bike guy.
Yes.
Yeah, and you can see last time this was our cheat sheet, so we
Yes.
were at 415. So we shed 4 pounds.
Yep.
And we did do it inside. I don't know if the surface makes a difference or anything, but.
Wow, that sucker looks great. Moto Million S1000RR looks beautiful. But behind it, we've got the surprise bike.
Yep, next season, going up against the CBR 1000RR.
The big green monster.
Although, I rode it the other day. What a nice bike. It was a nice ride. It was fun. It has a ton of torque. I think the engine would be great like in a naked bike platform.
Yes.
But it's just missing that full leader bike pull.
Yes.
Part of it's due to the ECU restrictions and EPA restrictions that are necessary.
Yep.
It doesn't have the upper RPM pull yet. It has a little bit of a flat spot up there.
Yeah.
But it's super fun, and then because it is a little bit slower, it's almost more fun to ride on the street.
Yes.
Because you feel like you get handles better and stuff, but really it's just a little bit slower. And for being outclassed because of its price point, and it's not the RR version, it's just the R.
Yes.
It hangs in there pretty well with these higher class bikes, I would say.
I agree.
You know, so let's get it on the scales though and see what it starts off with before we start taking stuff off of that.
Okay.
Yeah, and this bike is still fully street legal too. We got brake lights, tail lights,
turn signals, all
turn
that.
signals.
Yep.
Let's wheel the green machine on. See if it has the same wheelbase. Yeah, it looks pretty close, right?
Yeah, it does. Lines right up.
Yeah. So
I'm
that stand
excited.
lines up.
Let's wait for this thing to settle down. While it's settling down, let's show the folks that it has a full tank of fuel also.
Oh yeah, need the key for that because we don't have the TWM gas cap on it yet.
Not
Nothing.
yet.
Fully stock here. We still got the reflectors on the front.
Yep.
Big giant license plate holder on the rear.
Yep.
This is as stock as it gets. So our CBR, looking at that cheat sheet, I think came in at 445. It was
Let's
the
see that.
heaviest. Yeah, 445 with a
445.
4.3 gallon gas tank. We didn't look up the gas tank on this one yet.
Okay.
So we'll have to check that out maybe. But yeah, it was 445, so that's pretty heavy.
Yes.
This does not feel that heavy.
It does
I
not.
think it's going to be close though. I bet you it's going to be like 440. Let's go take a look.
Ooh. 459.
459. Wow. It does not feel that heavy
It doesn't.
at all. That is
No, in stock form.
That is pretty crazy.
So it's, what, 5 pounds heavier?
Let's scribble this down on our sheet here. We have to add a new motorcycle.
Yeah.
So we got the ZX-10R at 459.
Yeah, it didn't change.
Staying right there? All right.
459.
459. Well, that is going to be tough to get down to 415.
Yes. Yes.
We will work at it though. I mean, sure, there's some carbon fiber wheels in its future.
Yes, there is.
An exhaust
full
system.
exhaust.
Yeah, full exhaust. The tail tidy.
Yep.
Maybe these mirrors could be extra heavy. They're like, I don't know if they're plastic. It almost feels like metal on the outside and plastic here, so maybe there's some weight there. It has some really nice braking components on it, but it does still have the rubber lines like the CBR, so some steel braided lines in its future. Carbon fiber fender and stuff. Hopefully, I don't know, I think we'll be good if we get this thing down to 425.
Yeah, I think so.
know?
I think that's a good goal, Zach.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's cool. Wow. It really does not feel that heavy. I thought it was going to be right around the CBR weight.
Me too.
And then that just makes our S1000 look even that much more phenomenal.
It does.
Because this was on the dyno at Bren Tuning at 208 horsepower, right?
Yes.
On pump gas.
On pump fuel.
So, and all it takes is the better fuel you buy, even if you just got like a 105 VP Racing, not ethanol free, 105 octane gas, it's going to throw timing in it and you'll be above that 208 number. You'll probably be at 210, 212 at the rear wheel.
Wow.
So that's just phenomenal, you know? But mainly just look at it.
Yeah, man. Especially in the sunlight. It's absolutely
especially
gorgeous.
in the sunlight. I'm glad we got a nice day here.
Yeah. We're not quite done with it, too. We got to put those nickel-plated Brembo calipers up front, the Brembo Master Cylinder.
All right, so we got the S1000RR sitting on the scales. We just found out it weighs 411 pounds, 4 pounds lighter than last time.
Yes.
Why is that? Because we installed this one-piece carbon fiber tail section and subframe. So it's a carbon fiber monocoque tail now. We got rid of the aluminum subframe and the plastic bodywork, and it's just one piece of carbon fiber. We're still able to mount our license plate and turn signal and tail light, so that's important. We're still street legal.
Yep.
And I also went ahead and installed some frame covers and swing arm covers, just because we've shown that install video a bunch of times.
Yes.
Go find a video from the previous bike build series and you can see how we do it. We've done it with double-sided tape, silicone. I used the silicone method this time again, just because I don't know where this bike's going. I want that stuff to stick. And
yes.
If you take it off, you're probably just going to replace it anyway. So
yeah.
The reason I like to use the double-sided tape is, say you got a 2020, they don't change the frame in 2023, but they change everything else. Or you get the M version and you had these covers.
Yes.
Then with the tape, we could peel it off, put it on the other bike, and
yes.
it's not that hard to remove the tape. I haven't tried removing silicone yet, so don't know how that works.
Okay.
But
looks great though.
Yeah, it looks great. We shed 4 pounds. I'm happy with it. And yeah, that pretty much concludes this video then.
Yep.
And stay tuned though. We got some cool parts coming for another couple of videos before a winner is chosen.
That's right, sir. All right. Sweet. Thank you, Mr. Zach.
Yep. Have a good one, guys.
You too. He's right. We still have a couple more things to install to this bike, including the amazing Brembo nickel-plated calipers that Zach's going to install, Brembo master cylinder, clip-ons, and a few other items. And then I will take this motorcycle to rehab detailing so my good buddy Ross can ceramic coat and protect this fantastic machine. But this is definitely a one-of-a-kind S1000RR. You haven't seen anything that looks this good in a long time, or possibly ever. And somebody's gonna have a very tough choice to make. Are they gonna select this motorcycle or our 2019 Aprilia RSV4 1100 factory? Information on how that lucky person could be you down below in the description. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you're already a subscriber, tap that bell and you'll get notified when new content is uploaded. Yes, yes, yes. We had a rare, beautiful day here in the filthy Cleveland area, so I came out to Sills. Slim Thug is out riding our ZX-10 right now, and I'm waiting for him to come back so I can see how he feels about that bike. But you already know I love that motorcycle, and I love this one, and the Aprilia RSV4 1100 factory also. So thanks so much for viewing the video, guys. We'll catch you next time on the 650 Eve YouTube channel.